life beyond 1,000 moons. People who die after the age of 84 years, or in other words, those who have witnessed more than 1008 full moons, will die a death that is very different from other kinds of death. Even if such a person has lived a stupid life, even if they never looked up to the sky when they were alive, such a person will not be reborn. Once we were visiting one of our neighbors in the United States. We had gone unannounced, so when we entered the gate, the neighbor came out with a shotgun to see who had come. He was a very elderly man, and it was little strange to see him come out with a shotgun. So I asked him, "Why do you bring a shotgun to check who has come? Do you have a lot of enemies?" He just shrugged and said, "No, all the buggers are dead." So if you just live long enough, you can even score over your enemies. This is like that. When one crosses 1008 full moons of time, which amounts to nearly 82 years of age, something wonderful starts happening within a person. Somewhere between 80 to 86 years of age, suddenly a certain loosening happens within people who live that long. You will notice that many of them suddenly become very sweet. Their grumpiness is gone. They are not complaining. They are quite fine because the karmic grip on their life will loosen up. This process reaches a substantial level of maturity when one crosses 84 years of age. Organically, 84 years of age is related to the basic integrity of the elemental and pranic organization of the physical structure. Crossing these milestones healthfully and consciously always leads to an unusual sense of wisdom and balance in an individual, which is essentially the consequence of obliterating the illusion of life and death. The physicality of our birth is a conspiracy hatched between the moon and the earth. Our very birth is rooted in the menstrual cycles of our mother, and that cycle is linked to the lunar cycles. The sun then provides the basic energy and ambient atmosphere that is needed to hatch life. The cycles of the feminine and the cycles of the moon have come to such a concurrence in the human system that we cannot aspire for further physical evolution. So this has naturally resulted in evolution in terms of consciousness or attempts to evolve in ways other than physical. Of the many things that we do as life upon this planet, there are three most vital aspects. One is that of self-transformation, that one transcends all identities. The second is to ensure the quality of the yet to be born, and the third is to evolve or find an absolute release for the life that has departed. In fulfilling all these three most vital aspects, the cycles of the moon have a significant role. If we utilize the full moon and new moon situations with some understanding, we need not be swimming against the current. Even during our life cycle, the moon cycles play a significant role in many aspects of our physical and psychological status, but the impact of the moon cycles is really huge in conception. A couple who are conscious will make efforts to conceive 12 to 16 days ahead of the full moon, so that the being that enters the womb can do so on the next full moon day. There are many other aspects to factor in if one is willing to approach facilitating the life process as a sacred duty, not just a consequence of one's passion for each other and longing and the fulfillment of pleasure. We can go into a lot more details about timing and the nature of conception. It also has a similar impact on the process of death. When the body has seen 1008 full moons, the energy body comes to a certain level of instability. When I say instability, I am talking in a positive way. It is not able to retain that structure very clearly. The bubble's walls are thinning because it has gone through its full cycle. So when the person dies, he or she cannot seek another womb because they do not have the necessary karmic fire in them. So they hang around. Now it is very easy to liberate them. Even if it takes a body, it will definitely be a much larger bubble than the way it was. But it is possible it will just hang around for a while and burst. This is true for a whole lot of them. But some may hang around and take a body as a much bigger bubble, more significant life. If people hang on till they are 84 years old, regardless of how they lived their lives, it is possible. I am not saying it is guaranteed. It is possible that they attain Mahasamadhi. The possibility is much higher now, simply because the fools endured long enough. Many times, people lose the natural advantage of crossing 1008 full moons because by then they become completely unconscious in terms of memory or access to the karmic memory bank. If you are beyond 84 but you have lost connection with the substance that makes you, you will become like a ghost or the living dead because it is the karmic mass that is making you this kind of a person. The prarabdha karma or the one ball of memory that was taken out for this life is over, but you don't know how to dip into the bucket or the sanchita karma and take another ball for you to keep going. If you knew how to take another ball and another ball of karma, or if you could open up the entire bucket and use it, then you can live for 200 years. There is no problem. Now, when you have exhausted everything, you will attain to mukti and you will go. But if you are unable to take out the next ball and you still keep the body going, then you will become ghost-like. This is why the pursuit of immortality and longevity through unnatural means is fraught with too many dangers.